Hello everyone, this is Carlo from Carlo and Sarah YouTube channel. Today we are with a young handsome man who is going to tell us more about himself, his motivation and several other things. Just stay tuned as we go through this. Start yourself, introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, my name is Bayo Bayo. I was born in Lagos. I grew up in Lagos. I attended secondary school at Ikorodu before going to Ile-Ife. That's where I studied architecture. I did my first and second degree there. I had my master's in architecture before coming to the UK to do an MBA. I worked for like 10 years in Nigeria. I did some projects. I work with UBA, 7 Days Adventist, and Dream Center Church. I did some of their projects.
Oh, great!
And before my university days, I was involved in business. That's a family business. That's my dad's business. I do metal scrap business at the fair. That's fair and steel. That was what was fetching me money. Even while in school, I was okay. I was using car. I was not lacking money then.
Nice. You said you worked with I'm interested in two major projects. One is the Dreamland.
Dream Center.
Dream Center Cathedral.
Yeah.
You were part of the architects that designed and built that. Wow. How was the experience generally?
Yes, it was good. The person that designed it, that started working on it, I think there was some errors in the foundation. So we had to do some other tests again, bring structural engineer and do the test again. Like, it cost us a lot of money, and that's one thing about Nigeria. When you want to build, you should call the experts to come and do things for you, because we had to do the foundation all over again and costing us extra money. We had to spend money twice, and it's not easy. It's like 2,500 capacity or for that's church, for Dream Center Church, and it's located at Ajibandele. So we had to start all over again, digging columns, putting piles of columns into the ground again, and that was it. Like, designing, how to redesign there was as drawn before. I had to do another drawing, as built drawing for the church again, and started like getting workmen and with the support of the pastor there, that to build the church all over again.
That's really interesting. The other project I was interested in is the UBA. Is it like UBA Bank or which of the UBA?
Yes, that one is quite interesting because I wasn't thinking of getting involved in the project. I was just with one of my senior friends. His name is Kalu, that's his brother. Okay. Because I met him and he said, let's just go to one engineer like that. And he just came to Ife and I went to meet the engineer, and he said he's the contractor in charge of the UBA branch at Ife, that they are having a branch at Ife. So I now told the man that I'm an architect, I can work with him. And so even though I have not had a lot of experience in construction then, but he's a nice man. And he was a nice man, and he just took me.
I know this engineer. He's from Lagos.
Yes.
Like, he came from Lagos. I can't just remember his name, but I know the name.
Yes.
And I knew when he handled that project. Okay, you worked alongside him.
Yes, I was in charge of, because he goes to Lagos, and I was the one supervising the project. Like, I had a lot of experiences on that site, because when you're trying to be straight and you don't want the workmen to steal some other things. I don't have challenge with the bricklayer and the carpenter and the electrician, but the major challenge I had was with the iron bender. Because when you buy, you can't count the numbers. You can't start counting iron every day. Steel every day, like the rebars on site every day. And
okay, it's very nice. It's very nice. Now, let's look at, after the man told you that you can do architecture. Now, when you started the whole thing and after you graduated, what kept you going? What was the motivation behind it? That is personal to you.
Yes, the love for buildings. Because when you're in school, like you see different buildings, and one thing about my school, the school I went to was that it's like one of the finest campus in West Africa. Like they have like a lot of buildings, buildings. Like, is it modern buildings? You call it modern buildings, but they are well built. Like not all these Nigerian normal building. Like my lecturer used to say that the building they built with cocoa money, it's even lasts. It's more beautiful than the one they built with oil money. Like and it's like big. You see massive buildings, and it was designed to details. Like everything was perfect.
Okay.
When you go around the school, it's like one of the. It's even the most beautiful campus in all of West Africa. So when you sit down and just look around and see the building and the topography, the flowers, the landscape, you'll be you'll be amazed. So
that was the motivation, the love for buildings.
Yes.
Love for buildings. Okay. I just wanted to ask about project. Is there any project you've done in the past that is very special to you?
Yes, like there's one project, not really special to me, but I really learned a lot while I was on that project. That was the 250 seater, 50 capacity hostel for females. That's the female hostel at Seventh-day Adventist. Like there was one day we were working on the project, on the foundation of the project. It was a 2-story building, and the head of the institution came and asked us to come and observe a building. Like it's a bungalow, or you see cracks all over the building. When you see something like that, you can't just repair the buildings or renovate the building. You have to ask questions on why is this happening. Because the Bible says if the foundation is not destroyed, what can the righteous do? So we go to, while talking to the people that have been there, we discovered that the place was built on the site before was banana plantation.
Okay.
So banana has root, and their root is not very soft also. So while they were doing the foundation, they didn't excavate all the roots of the plants. So now after like 25-30 years, the roots, they are decaying. So they're leaving void.
Yeah, creating space under the foundation.
So that's why the building is having cracks, and there's nothing you can do about it. Even though you've just renovated it maybe 5 years ago, so you have to demolish the building and go into the foundation, and because there's nothing you can do. There are voids under the and you don't have, in Nigeria we don't have the technology to carry a building or move a building from one place to the other and repair the foundation. So it's really enlightened me, and the story in the Bible that if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? That's one of the typical example of the practical example.
Very nice. Okay, let's come to you're in the UK now. What would you say about, at least you've been in the UK for like more than 1 year?
Yes.
What is your experience with black tax?
Yes, like when you come to the UK for like, you stay like 2-3 months, they start taxing you, like send this money as if you are the one printing the money. Like some people just ask you, you've been using car, are you using car now, or something like that. You don't know how I'm paying my bills, or you didn't contribute money when I was coming. You didn't do anything. We just heard that I'm in the UK. You start tasking me. You can't start telling me to bring money, because everybody, they're working for their money, and this country is more structured compared to Nigeria. For example, when I was in Nigeria, my rent is for a year is like, let's just say £200. And when I paid the rent for a year, I just forget about everything for 1 year until the next year. But here you have to pay every month. Every month, that's huge amount of money. So I have to think about myself first before thinking about it. Sometimes I just disconnect from those people. Because it's like when you come to a new terrain, you just have to gain your footing first. Build, like lay the foundation and build. And you can't start tearing off the foundation or removing some of the rocks for the foundation, giving it to people, and they start doing anything they like with the money. Or so you have to keep your money and try to gain your footing first before you can start giving back tax and so.
That is very interesting. I'm learning actually. Okay, what's interesting thing about you that people don't know?
Interesting thing about me that people don't know. Like I love watching movie and I love football. I love watching football like that. But I don't have the time now to watch it again. I just watch the highlight, and I love nature. I love poetry. I don't know how to sing and play musical instruments, but I wish I could do that or learn that. Because when I'm singing at home, my wife, she knows how to sing very well and her voice is good. But when I'm singing, I say, you're not singing to the tune or to the key. You don't even know where the key is.
Like the key is inside the cupboard.
Like if you're saying A flat or something. I shall know. Like there was when I was in Nigeria, I was in choir. Like my pastor just puts me in choir. Maybe sometimes. My pastor, he does something. He just puts you in one group to just learn some things and develop yourself. Sometimes maybe for the spiritual aspect or for you to develop sensitivity, because there's something music does. There are a lot of things it does to the soul of a man. Because you notice people that are more musically inclined, they do tend to retain, like their retentive memory. They tend to retain a lot of things well. And their art aspect, or not their science, their
lungs and breathing system
it tends to develop. And the logical part of the brain, or there's this, I don't know how you medical people call it,
cognitive part of the brain.
It develops, and so there is that thing about music, and I really love it. But that's one thing I wish I can sing. Because singing, it's a way of expressing yourself and pouring out your soul. Like I did a research during my second degree. I designed a medical center. That's for like a therapeutic medical center. Like that people can use nature to heal people with depression, with some other things. I learned that nature songs, like songs from bird, like animals also, their relationship with animals also, and those things tend to calm people down. There's something singing does to the soul. It heals the soul, and you express. Sometimes you might be singing and crying. You just have to bring out what is within you and just bring it out, and you'll be free.
Okay, lastly, we'd like to know the highest challenge, the most difficult challenges you've had so far in your journey.
Yes, and there's something I like to chip in, something that I regretted not doing if I'm to go back to the past. After my second degree, I applied for a course like that in one university in South Africa. So they gave me the scholarship or something, that's in data science also. But I just finished my second degree in architecture, that's my master's, and the course is free. after I learned this course for some time, maybe a year, I'll work with them, and they'll pay me some amount of money, and the rest will go back to the tuition fee for the course. So I was like, if I spend 40 hours in data science or so, I'm leaving architecture finally, because you can't expect me to spend 40 hours for 1 year and I'll go back to architecture. So I spoke to one of my friends also, and that's one thing about mentorship. People that have seen ahead, he just said, sure, you don't need to go into another district. But even I've gone into that field, like I will have been making a lot of money now, or being millions of pounds on dollar. So I regretted that decision.
I'm not taking the opportunity.
And that's one thing about mentorship. If you have like someone that is enlightening, that is really enlightening, and the kind of person giving you advice, it also helps you a lot, and the people around you. I think that's one of the major things. That's the major regret.
I agree with you. The type of people you listen to really matters in this life.
Because the person is just my friend and just friends, but normally take counsel from people ahead of you, people that have gone, that have seen, that are doing well.
Makes sense. Thank you so much. Is there anything that you'd like to say to our audience?
Yeah, I don't really have much to say. Just enjoy life, pray and trust God. I think that's just it, and enjoy life to the fullest. Enjoy life, it's our birthright. Enjoy life.
All right. Thank you so much, Sir Bayo. Yeah, stay tuned and endeavor to subscribe.